Top 5 Best RTX GPU. Number 5. AMD Radeon RX 574GB. The best value graphics card. Choosing the AMD option in gaming graphics cards often is about getting better value for your money, which explains why the AMD Radeon RX 570 is one of the best cards for gamers on a tight budget. It comfortably wins the battle for performance over Nvidia's GeForce GTX 1050, almost matching the GTX 1060 for a considerably lower price. With only 4 GB of memory, it might struggle at resolutions beyond 1080p, but this tier of cards is about solid frame rates at HD resolution anyway, rather than 4K. Pros. Best performance for money. Cons. Weak in comparison to others. Coming in number 4. Nvidia GeForce GTX 1660 Ti. A modern mainstream card that replaces the GTX 1060. With pricing and a specification that places the GeForce GTX 1660 Ti in the middle of the pack, this new Nvidia card will no doubt find its way into more affordable off-the-shelf PCs than the pricey, high-end RTX series, with capabilities that roughly sit between the, still impressive, GTX 1070 and GTX 1060. It has 6 GB of GDDR6 memory and a modest 1536 CUDA cores, and is based on the newer 12nm turning architecture of the RTX cards, but without the ray tracing hardware. Capable of delivering excellent gaming performance at 1080p and 1440p, and plenty of grunt for accelerating plugins and filters in creative software, the GTX 1660 Ti is priced extremely well, and is being offered by some manufacturers, such as PNY, in an extra short design that can squeeze into tiny PCs. Pros. Very affordable. Solid 1080 and 1440p performance. Cons. Not for 4K gaming. Modest memory bandwidth. Coming in number 3. AMD Radeon VII. AMD's high-end card still has what it takes. The Radeon VII graphics card, codenamed Vega 20, aims at the high-end GPU market, breaking AMD's tradition of simply offering better bang for the buck than Nvidia's offerings. The Radeon VII is up there with the GeForce RTX 2070 in gaming, and is especially great for high-resolution creative work too, thanks to a massive 16 GB of super-fast HBM2 memory and stellar OpenCL performance. This new generation of AMD cards costs a bit more though, and most notably is a bit noisier and hotter than Nvidia's offerings. It also lacks the hardware support for ray tracing that the RTX cards have, which may be a decisive factor in a purchase decision, if you're not swayed by the Radeon VII's additional memory capacity. Pros. Great performance. 16 GB of fast, high bandwidth memory. Cons. A bit hot and noisy. AMD means no CUDA or hardware ray tracing. Coming in number 2. GTX 1660 VENTUS XS 6GB OC. A fresh new dual-fan design, VENTUS proudly displays its industrial shapes in neutral colors to fit any build. Using 2 of the award-winning RX Fans 2.0, MSI Venture graphics cards provide years of top-notch cooling performance. A sturdy backplate helps to strengthen the graphics card and complements the design to look even better. MSI's GeForce GTX 1660 VENTUS XS OC is a factory overclocked graphics card that comes in at a more affordable price than the premium Gaming X version from the same manufacturer. The GPU uses the Nvidia TU116 chip, which is also used in the GTX 1660 Ti cards. However, in the GTX 1660, 2 out of the chip's 24 streaming multiprocessors have been disabled. This has resulted in a CUDA core count of 1408, compared to 1536 in the Titanium. It's still considerably more powerful and efficient than its predecessor, the GTX 1060 6GB. Coming in number 1. Nvidia GeForce RTX 2080 Super. The best graphics card, all things considered. The brand new RTX 2080 Super is now the best card on the market now in terms of peak performance and price, not to be confused with the infamous $/frames ratio. While it's still an expensive proposition at a retail price of $700, Nvidia isn't charging a Founders Edition tax for this latest refresh, which means it's actually $100 less than its predecessor, which it outperforms by 5 to 10%. While the step-up version, the 2080 Ti, remains more powerful, the additional $400 to $500 isn't worth it for a relatively marginal increase in computing power, between 10 and 30%, especially considering the relatively limited use cases for ray tracing that exist at the moment. While we're seeing more ray-traced games out in the wild now like Wolfenstein, Youngblood, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, 2019, and Control, the current pool of games with DXR or Vulkan RT support remains relatively shallow. The RTX 2080 Super doesn't have any flashy new tricks up its sleeve. Instead, it feels like a mid-generation refresh, obviously targeted at taking the wind out of AMD's sails around the launch of Red Team's new RX 5000 series. While its counter-marketing success is a matter of much debate, one fact is undeniable: the 2080 Super is the best, borderline, mainstream graphics card on the market right now, delivering excellent 4K performance, and blistering QHD, for the best price point we've seen thus far for that level of performance. Pros: excellent 1440p and 4K performance. Same price as the original 2080. Outperforms the base 2080 and 1080 Ti. Dedicated ray tracing and DLSS cores. Cons: no headlining new features. Still fairly pricey,